Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the brand new release of the Cryptozoic Entertainment Batman Classic TV series Batmobile statue. So the statue already got released. It was released in January 2017. It's a polyresin statue standing approximately 8.5 inches tall. This statue combines some of my favorite things, the 66 Batmobile from the classic Adam West TV series and the hot rod artwork of popular artist Ed Big Daddy Roth. Along with the statue, you get yourself a certificate of authenticity. Now, this one happens to be 562 out of 666. This certifies that this Batmobile statue is an official limited edition statue produced by Cryptozoic Entertainment. On the back, it gives you a brief read-up. The Batmobile featured in the classic 1960s Batman television series is still one of the most iconic in the history of the franchise. The statue recreates the legendary Batmobile in the hot rod influenced style of custom culture art from the 1960s. The design was done by Dennis Jones and sculpted by Stephen L. from Cryptozoic. Now, if you don't recognize the name Ed Roth, you probably would recognize his artwork as soon as you saw it. Ed Big Daddy Roth was very famous for designing artwork for hot rods that were over the top, super kind of slightly deformed vehicles. And there was always like a big monster sitting on top with a big veiny eyeball or eyeballs. You would recognize his artwork right away. And I think by taking something as classic as the 66 Batmobile and giving it that Ed Roth style, I think the end result looks really fun. I do like, and actually just got it kept on a turn rack here so you guys can see it a little bit easier. But it transitions really well, I think, to the 66 Batmobile. So what you've got is first of all, the super deformed nature of the body of the Batmobile. It's kind of got that now curved shape. It's definitely not by proportion. It's again a little bit smaller. The areas where the Cape Crusader and the Boy Wonder would be sitting is a much more exaggerated dome. And then you've got the very famous Ed Roth trademark, giant flames. Flames coming out from the top of the thrusters and a big giant flame coming out from the back as well. And I like also the little smoke details that's been added to the under tires, as the back tires would be screeching, you would imagine, as the Batmobile is moving very quickly out of the Bat Cave. So the base, you've got kind of a cobblestone or brick bottom to it. They've added some like lighter grays and stuff just to kind of break it up. I like that some of the stones are a little bit higher up, some are a little bit lower. And then you've got a manhole cover here in this copper gold color. Really nice. It's got the 66 Batman logo there as well. And they've added a little bit of kind of lighter kind of gray over top of it just to kind of wear that down, give it a little bit of age and worn look to it. It looks like the Batmobile itself is really only attached to the base by the smoke that's screeching from the tires as the Batmobile is revving away. There's about an inch and a half, maybe 2-inch gap from the grill to the bottom of the base here, and then this is completely open. I love, again, the distortion of the tires, how it's this irregular shape. It really has just an animated, like exaggerated look to it. The texturing done on the rubber tires is really nicely done. I like that. Nice and very, very accurate to like a tire, but again, much more distorted in its nature. Got a little bit of that wear that's done to the top of the tire as well. Some silver accents there on the hubcaps look great. And the outer perimeter, the trim around the tire in that gold and red color. Of course, we can't overlook the big giant flame that's coming out, as exaggerated as the Batmobile itself. Some nice yellows and orange colors there just to kind of give it some extra depth. But there's nothing really on this statue that is subtle in nature. Everything on it is exaggerated and just flamboyant. The Batmobile has this nice black sheen to it, which really makes the statue pop nicely, especially when you add the additional, that orange-red trim to the back fin around the area of the bottom of the Batmobile, and of course the front with the bat face. The little grill on the bottom here has been added, just a slight bit of silver just to make that stand out. The headlights, let me just actually tip the statue very slightly up here so you can see the headlights. It does, the front headlights here, or these little lights on the front here, they seem like they could have been painted in just a little bit more solid than what they have, but very nicely done though. I like the airbrushing that's been done with little spots on the sides. Also gives me a good chance too, looking now at the front of the Batmobile, where you can see the front dome and then the back dome where the Cape Crusader and the Boy Wonder would be sitting inside. Love the airbrushing that they've done to it, where there's, you know, a little bit of that dark gray, almost a bit of a kind of a bluish green that's been added here as well, and they've got some reflections up the tops there, just giving a cartoon look to it, like Ed Roth's style. And you've got the siren up at the top. Again, the big giant flames coming out from the back exhaust ports of the Batmobile. Very akin to the bottom, much larger flame coming out from the bottom. Now, when you actually get this in packaging, what they do is they have like a little styrofoam that's wrapped around, little foam bits that are wrapped around these. So if anything was fragile, I would say these three exhausts, these little three thrusters on the back of the Batmobile, probably are the loosest. If anything could be fragile on it, would be, I would say, these three here. But they do wrap it very carefully with a black foam, so everything in here is nice and secure until you're ready to get this on display. When I was younger, I went to it was like a yard sale, and there was a gentleman there that was selling a whole bunch of Ed Big Daddy Roth art prints. It was like little catalog booklets, and it had some of his artwork inside. And ever since then, I had fallen in love with the design. And over the course of just my collecting, I picked up a bunch of stuff that had that Ed Roth theme to it. There were little die-cast vehicles and stuff like that that had like a very exaggerated vehicle and then a monster sitting in on top of that. And again, I really liked the design of it, and I also really liked the design of the 66 Batmobile. So getting two of those things combined into one statue, absolutely love this. I think they did such a great job on it. I like the shininess of the black offset with the more matte color of the orange. The base is a nice touch. Again, I like the exaggerated look and shape of the Batmobile, and the big giant over-the-top flames come in the back, big screeching from the tires. It's really such a fun collectible. It was released again at the beginning of this year, so it shouldn't be currently available if you guys are interested in picking this up. But I mean, if you're a fan of Batman and you're a fan of Ed Roth, I mean, there really doesn't get any bit better than this. I'd love to see them actually do other kind of TV show or movie themed vehicles kind of in that same Ed Roth style. I think they could really have something on their hands. Again, I don't know what licensing and stuff that they have available, but it would be very interesting to see more of these TV themed or property themed vehicles getting the Ed Big Daddy Roth treatment. I think really, really cool these would be. You have like a series of them on the shelf. But in the meantime, pleased as punch. Really happy with how this turned out, and being a big Batman fan, especially like the old 66 Batman, just such a win this statue is. Today we were checking out the brand new Cryptozoic. This is the Batman Classic TV series Batmobile statue in the style of Ed Roth, Big Daddy Roth. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button down below. You're good to go. And also, if you're a fan over of Cryptozoic pieces, collectibles, and whatnot, I've also got a playlist where I've had a look at previous Cryptozoic pieces as well. So if you want to head over there and check those reviews out as well, and certainly more videos are heading your way. See you guys next time.